Let's get more clarification on the new CIMEPA law. We have with us Assistant Secretary Carlo Fermin Adriano. He's the head of Fiscal Policy and Monitoring Group for the Finance Department on Zoom. ASEC, thank you for joining us.
Good morning and thank you for inviting me here.
All right, perhaps can you enlighten us with this law na talaga naman pong pinagdedebatihan online?
Yes, so again, we would like to clarify that we're not imposing a new tax. This tax on interest income has been there, has existed since 1998. So, ang binago lang po ng CIMEPA is that we standardize the tax on interest income to 20%. Before CIMEPA po kasi there are what we call preferential rates such that if the maturity of your deposits is greater than 3 years, mas mababa po ang tax rate. Like for instance, if it's 5 years and above, maturity is 5 years and above, you're tax exempt. If the maturity is 4 to 5, you're subject to 5% tax. And if the maturity is in between 3 and 4%, you're subject to 12%. And according to our analysis, 99% of deposits are already subject to the 20%. And if you take a look at the data, so those who can actually park their cash for more than 3 years are typically the relatively wealthy. So this CIMEPA, by standardizing the tax on interest income to 20%, fixes this inequality in the tax system.
So ASEC, in essence, are you sorry, para ma-clarify natin also for yung mga regular viewers na hindi masyado nakakaintindi ng ganito. In other words, are you saying you're only taxing the interest, not the principal amount itself?
Yes, wala po kami tinatax sa savings.
Okay.
So kapag nag-deposit kayo sa bangko, yung savings nyo, hindi po namin tinatax yun ever since.
So,
ang tinatax lang po is yung interest income from your savings.
So kunyari, nag-time deposit ako, ASEC, ng 5 million, tapos ang 5% ang interest rate ko, yung sa 5%, yung nag-gain ko over 5 million, yun ang isa-subject nyo sa tax.
Yes.
Okay.
And clarify ko lang, ever since meron na po tayong tax sa interest income.
Ayun. And also yung kasi yung inintindi nila na the longer you save, the mas mataas ang taxation, no? So in other words, is this a way of saying that you're stimulating those who have bigger money to spend it after, kunyari, kumita na kayo nag 5 years ka na 'di ba, sa interest, gumastos ka naman ng konti. Ganun ba ang pakay nito also?
Hindi po. Ang pakay po talaga nito is equitable taxation. Kasi nga po, kapag more than 5 years, tax exempt ka nga po. So, and as mentioned earlier, typically, yung mga nakaka-avail ng ganitong klaseng preferential rates are the one with a lot of extra cash.
Yes.
So, dahil kulang namin yung sistema na hindi pantay na pagbubuwis. At ang isa pong hindi po kasi napag-uusapan tungkol sa CIMEPA ay binaba naman po ng CIMEPA yung tax rates related to capital market. Ano pong mga reduction ito? Number 1, yung stock transaction tax po binaba namin from 0.6% to 0.1%. Tapos binaba rin po namin yung documentary stamp tax on the original issuance of share from 1% to 0.75%.
Okay.
At huli po, inalis po namin yung documentary stamp tax related po sa mutual funds sa mga UITF. And the goal really of CIMEPA, and if you take a look at the title of CIMEPA, what is CIMEPA? Is Capital Market Efficiency Promotion Act. The goal really is to promote capital market. That's why we actually reduce taxes related to capital market para po maengganyo ang ating mga Pilipino na mag-invest po.
Pero ang sinasabi nga po ng Ibon Foundation wala naman daw po enough na pera, no, or sobrang pera ang mga Pilipino para mag-invest pa sa mga stock market, tapos kukunin pa yung sa interest ng savings sila. Your thoughts
Again
on
nga
that?
po, i-clarify ko lang po, 99% po ng deposits are already subject to the 20% interest income before CIMEPA po. So halos wala pong pinagbago given CIMEPA. Now, ang maganda po nga kasi binabaan po namin yung taxes related to capital market, binabaan po namin yung tinatawag nating friction cost
Yeah.
upang maiganyo po yung ating mga Pilipino na mag-invest.
But how does this affect po the banking industry naman?
Again, even before si MEPA, lahat na po halos ng deposit subject na sa 20%. Again, 99% of deposits are already subject to the 20% interest income. So hindi po namin nakita may malaking epekto po to sa mga bangko.
Given I understand that you're trying to stimulate yung sa investments in other outlets, no, for the mga kababayan natin. Ang dami pala kasi hindi nakakaalam nito. Ang daming nagulat. So how does the DFA plan naman to aside from addressing yung confusion, yung magkaroon ng basic education among kahit yung middle class to upper lower class to teach them ito imbis na ipasok mo sa bangko ng ganito, why don't you try the stocks? It's another option kasi not many of us know that. So do you have any plans for that?
Yes po, isa po sa mga mandate ng DOF is financial literacy at continue naman po yung aming mga programa dito, and this is basically a lesson for us, lesson learned for us that we really need to do more communication and more information campaign about our reforms. So kaya nga po basically pinapadami nga po namin yung aming mga post sa social media to clarify all of this. And yun po, continuous po ang aming ang information campaign about this, and including po yung mga financial literacy campaign information.
And to clarify as well, no, yung mga SSS, mga GSIS, pag-ibig, yan ay still exempt.
Still exempt po. Wala po kaming ginalaw dyan.
Okay, good.
And if our viewers or any of the kababayan still want more information, you have all of this naman, no? You have Facebook pages and sa websites nyo?
Yes, may mga social media accounts po kami, including Facebook. So we are posting all of the necessary information there. And if you have any questions, you can contact me as well. So I can provide you my email address. It's kadriano@dof.gov.ph.
Nako, baka mag-flood yan. Asik, I'd like to clarify pala something, no?
Ako
Kasi
din,
I'm sure madaming sa middle or lower class would like to, gusto nila yumaman, no? So they'd like to take their crack at yung stock markets. But ang fear pala kasi nila is when you talk to them, or I've spoken to a lot of them, is I don't have much money to invest.
Yun nga
But apparently, I've learned that as much as sometimes 100 pesos or 1,000 pesos, pwede ka mag-stock market sa low risk.
Yes. Actually, di ba meron nga po ito sa GCash na rin yata? As part of our financial inclusion program of the DOF, you can actually invest na rin po sa mga GCash po na it can be as low as several pesos lang po. So again, ang importante nga po talaga na ang DOF po ay magkaroon po ng mas maraming information campaign, and ito po ay gagawin po namin.
And for clarification again, ASEC, ito po ay implemented itong si MEPA nung July 1st, 2025. What happens daw po dun sa mga deposits made before July 2021? Can you explain that to us po?
Yes. So for deposits po na before July 1, so kung meron kayo mga kontrata na mga time deposits before
Yes.
July 1, 2025, subject po pa rin yun sa preferential rates.
so
Ang ibig
yung
sabihin
yung
nito, ang implementation ng law po ay hindi po prospective.
Okay.
So kung meron po kayong mga time deposit that you did before July 1, 2025, so yun po ay subject pa rin sa mga preferential rate o mas mababang buwis.
Basta existing, in summary, ang existing subject kung anong kontrata meron ka with the bank.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Rest assured, we'll keep in touch with you as we go along. But thank you for that, DOF Assistant Secretary Carlo Fermin Adriano, for joining us on the show.
Thank you.